Hello everyone, it's Mystic Juicer back with some more Yomi action. Once again, dipping into the archives. This is the Yomi Olympic Carnival. It is me versus Low Tier Hero. My team is Trock Geiger Oni. His team, Rook Van Geiger. So this is still upper bracket action. It's been a very long time since I've played Low Tier Hero. He's a really good player. Has had my number a couple of times. We typically have pretty close matches, so definitely want to bring my best possible game to this match. And let's see what happens. Okay, here we go. Okay, so Trock versus Vendetta, good matchup for me. A lot of Vendetta's, usually oppressive tools are roundly defeated by basically any face card that Trock chooses to play. So Vendetta has to play kind of a more defensive game, and that should hopefully allow me to get some good throws in there. And the threat of throws should also help me get some good dodges off as well. So opening with some early blocking, hoping that he will try to go for a throw or for something. Instead, run a jack into a block. Yeah, blocking Vendetta. Blocking is good, you guys. Blocking against Trock is really good. He's playing a style that's going to mean that I have to open myself up with some riskier stuff. I need to go for throws in order to challenge this. And I'm also playing a lot of face cards that if they don't pay off, means that I'm just, in the late game, I'm going to be relying very heavily on double aces to get anything going. So hits me with the dodge into king. Got knocked down, he's got the king set up. Now I can beat both sides of the king play with queen. But he has been playing very defensive, so I'm going to continually push the attack button, see if he lets up. Yeah, there we go. Finally land something. Get some good damage in. And we've got our 20 hit point life lead back. Yeah, just doing it. Quite effective. So we spent a lot of face cards, and we're going back to blocking. This can be, I mean, it's very likely that it's encouraged that he would go for a throw there. It makes a lot of sense. I just didn't want to, I would rather lose to a king throw than, or a throw of any kind than get hit by a big attack starter. So he's got the setup here. Trying to gold burst out of it because I don't have anything that beats king clean. And I'm going to get 2 aces for my trouble. So as soon as I get 2 attached blocks, I'll be able to get Beast Unleashed online. So it'll be interesting to see whether he plays kind of a block throw game in order to prevent that from happening. Okay, no. Goes for the haymaker. Opens up with king. So three kings in the opening, like 15 cards. Pretty good. Pretty good. We've got our half of the blocks we need attached. 4 aces in hand now. I can very likely spend 2 of them to yeah, so immediately press the double ace button, see if we can get a higher life lead. I have not been throwing him at all though. So a defensive style. Again, the block throw style is going to give me a lot of trouble until I get willing to start throwing. With that many known aces in hand, I could probably have risked going for throws. I've got an okay life lead. It's just 10 now, but I'm not doing too badly in that department. He does have a lot of cards in hand, though. Yeah, and he's not going for throws much either, so this is fine. There should be 2 2s as my attached blocks. I do it that way so that because I have enough pairs that I can power up here for the third ace I need. But this way, when I do play Beast Unleashed, I get 2 pairs back, or I get a pair back, which I can then immediately turn into one of the aces I need. And so long as I've got another pair kicking around, or if I hang on to that 2, I'll be able to immediately get ace back online to finish the job. Okay, so both of us powering up for single ace. I believe I played a 4. Yeah, I'm hoping he. I guess I'm hoping he throws me here because I've played a 4 attack. Okay, no, plays queen. Gonna duff me very hard. Face down, even though I've already spent 1 joker, so very likely he follows this up. Okay, does not risk too much, just goes for the knockdown setup. So he's got a lot of kings spent. I can't raw Beast Unleashed in this matchup. I'm going to have to dodge into it because there's just simply no way that he's going to, with a 12 card hand and about 20 cards into the deck, it's almost certain. He hasn't played very many dodges. He's definitely got what he needs in order to acrobatics raw Beast Unleashed. And that's not even counting the fact that he's playing pretty attack heavy to protect himself against that. So I've got to hang on to all of my dodges. We can't spend any of those on... The problem I'm seeing with my play right now is he has no reason not to play attacks. If I dodge and he has a joker, he can simply joker away or bluff and joker away my Beast Unleashed, either discouraging me from playing it or getting the joker off and preventing the damage, disarming me that way. And because I have 2 attached blocks, there's really not much value that I'm getting out of normal blocking. So what I really want to be playing right now is a lot of queens and kings and stuff, but I don't have any because I already played 2 jacks and a queen early on in the game. Okay, so he dodges into jacks. I was expecting, the reason I'm face downing so hard here is I was expecting triple aces because he's already powered up for 1. And I am now in lethal range to that. He's on 8 cards in hand, so I can try to get some value out of this. Also prevent him from dodging. Gets rid of a 7. Okay, it doesn't really give me too much information. It could signal that he's got enough damage to be able to finish the game, because 7 is generally a really good setup card. On the other hand, he's already played 3 of his 4 kings, so he's not going to get tremendous value out of the 7 anyway, out of the knockdown. Okay, so we get the successful dodge. See what he chooses to do. Very likely he's got the joker here. Okay. I would definitely encourage face downing against oh, okay. Execution problem, yeah. Okay, so we've got a king, we've got dodges. I would probably hang on to the dodges. Yeah, okay. Alright, it gets us the 3 2s that we can turn into double ace. That's fine. We know that he okay, discards 1 ace. I feel like that's a pretty good indicator that he's got the other 3, hence the dodge here. No. It's fine, we didn't have lethal anyway. Power up for ace ace, put the threat of lethal off of that into our hands. I know he's got acrobatics, so I can't really play the double aces raw. Or I can try and then go for king. Although king after acrobatics is a lot weaker than king in neutral. Yeah, there we go. So we'll pull the acrobatics here if he's got it. Yeah. The nice thing we can do is we can actually immediately power up all 6s for ace ace. Yeah. Oh shoot. Yeah. Okay. So that was a hard misplay there. Because I was hoping to power them up. I forgot that acrobatics skips the power up step, so I just mashed block. Luckily, I mashed a block, so I didn't lose the cards I needed to power up with. So I'm throwing here because I've already immediately AA'd before, and unfortunately he is not fooled. Just goes for the 5 instead. Trying to hedge against king, I guess. Yeah, no reason to face down here. If he's got lethal, he's got lethal. Although I think he has to have very specific things. 5, 6 into 20. You know, no, he doesn't have lethal here. So just keeps the 5. So I've got another throw. And it's basically either throw or ace-ace for the rest of the game. Unfortunately, my king, he's 1 damage short of dying to my king, so I can't really play that. We'll go for throw again. Nope, gets me with the 2. Yeah. So I'm not out of the woods, and off of a 2, again, I don't think he can kill. I'm confused as to why I am face downing here. He hasn't really indicated. He didn't have lethal last time, and 2... Well, I guess it's only 1 less damage, so I guess you could do 2... Go for king instead. I don't know if I like this. I think I should just AA. Although it does set up chip AA lethal, so it just makes normal throw. There we go. So we get his dodge, unless he acrobatics again. Nope. Okay, so now if he doesn't have acrobatics, ace-ace is lethal. Do have queen, so we're probably going to play queen instead. Hang on to those aces. Actually, no. We should play ace-ace here and then save the queen because the queen is unknown. So this is a misplay here. The ace-ace and the queen are equivalent, and the ace-aces are known. So I'd rather fool him into thinking that, oh, you know, you're 2-card troc, you have throws maybe, but probably nothing else. So this is definitely a misplay here. That's also really foolish. Yeah, 18 damage, doesn't have the 3rd ace. So again, think of this situation if I had spent the ace-ace and kept the queen, much more effective. Makes dodge much less likely from his side. This is more effective if I had drawn a throw. So now we have to wait to see if he allows us to win. We do not. And now the option is either block or attack with an 8. Do I think he's going to throw me? He really hasn't. He really has not thrown. So I'm banking on that continuing to be the case. Okay, yeah, good stuff. We hang on to our 8. We now have a known 8 and a king. And we are going to mash that king super hard. We're going to desperately hope that he doesn't play the 5, but I'm pretty sure he's still got an 8 of blocks. Yeah, so we're praying we don't lose to 5 attack. No, we lose to Jack. Unfortunate. Yeah, so definitely I think that the ace queen play was contributed to how close that became. And yeah, he just called me right. Played a pretty good early game as well, which got a lot of jacks and queens out of my hand. So Vendetta is gone. He now has Rook or Geiger. I don't particularly, at the time of playing this, I didn't particularly like Onimaru versus Rook. So I'm going to probably, I guess, go with Geiger instead. No? Okay, we might go with Oni. Yeah, okay. So we end up going with Oni instead. So I think it's more likely, given the options that I have, that he will go to Geiger, and we will see what happens. The reeds. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we get the good matchup. We get the matchup we wanted. Start with a 10 in hand. It's always nice. So the first turn with Onimaru is always a question of, are they going to try to defend themselves against the 10, or are they going to block? And then you either, play an ace or a 5 or a queen, or you 10 them. If you've got the 10. Okay, so you went for the block. This could be a setup for a bait. Yeah, played the wrong side of the 6. Okay, start with a joker in hand. That is okay. I would probably prefer... Well, no, in the early game, a joker is all right. This way, if we get hit with a queen, if he gets to a high hand and we get hit with a queen or an attack starter, we've got a bunch of ways we can defend ourselves. So I'm hoping this 5 catches something that is, weak to 5s. Unfortunately, we lose to a jack, but that's okay. It's not a bad combat loss. We get rid of a jack for a little while at least. So at this point, I basically think, okay, so he's successfully defended himself against the 5 attack. I haven't played a 10 yet. I might not have one, so he might feel safe blocking. And I'm hoping to catch that block. Hey! 20. We are going to discard the 6 here. No, I would keep the king, actually. All right. Yeah, it's kind of a toss-up between the king or the 6. The 6 is the least valuable card we have in our deck. Kings can be good if the game goes long, and this game could go long. Hey, rare footage of 6 attack guard crushing. And 6 damage is enough that I would be willing to pump this. So yeah, probably going to throw... Actually, at this point, we definitely throw the king. Now that we've got 1 king in the discard, there's really no point hanging on to any of those. And dodges are pretty valuable. The 3 isn't worth much, but dodge is pretty valuable. So now he might feel actually safe blocking. So we're going to go and try to throw his block. And then we will pump with single king. Yeah. So we go down 1 card with this, but it's still 11 damage. It's pretty good. We've got a 40 hit point life lead. Who says you don't, 27? So I'm hoping he feels pressured to defend himself, but he's like, no, okay, you've run out of guard crush. You're not willing to throw 2 times in a row, probably. If I'm poking, I should be poking with the ace, not the queen. Yeah, there's no point playing the queen. I know I don't have any 9s in hand yet, but as soon as I draw one, it's going to activate any of the face cards I keep. And so far, I've already spent 2 kings and queen. So again, reducing the odds that once I draw a 9, it's going to be, just less powerful than it would have been. Nice, we got the 20. The game is very close to over, and I don't have any face cards in hand, so banking the aces for potential damage later is not particularly good use of them, I think. Nice. Catch him with the throw. Throny Maru. Kicking ass and taking names. Yeah, no reason to pump it more than that. 10 damage is 10 damage, so all cards are now going to, all basic attacks and all face cards are now going to kill except for kings. We have 7 throw, we have a joker to get our hand back. We've got 5 attack. Got a lot of good options here. Got 8 as the guard crush option. So we'll just go for another throw. It's very likely he's going to be trying to defend himself from here on out. But it's also very likely that I have dodges and would spend them. So, okay. Get hit for possibly 40. Why? Why? I don't at all like spending a card there, especially the 5. It's really weird and bad. Like, what is it? So it's potentially preventing 20 more damage. It's fine. He's still at lethal range. Keeping the 5 means I have an option against normals, which he's going really low on hand, so pretty effective. Okay, let's go in for a big temporal distortion combo. So the question is, will he block, or is he going to throw us, try to kill? It's likely. The reason I'm throwing here is it's more likely that he needs to win with a throw in order to kill, than be able to kill off of a normal attack. Hey, we did it. Assuming he doesn't have a joker, but who cares? We're pumping this. Nice. Okay, take game 2. So I am down to Trock Geiger, and he's down to Rook Geiger. So Geiger and Grappler. So Geiger is a very, very strong pick here, but I'm less confident in beating him in the mirror match than than I am actually scumming out a win against Geiger with Trock. So I'm probably going to be picking Trock. Yeah. So not a great matchup here, but I prefer it to trying to beat his. So what happens if I win this match? I've got to beat either Rook or Geiger with Geiger, and I get two chances to do that. If he beats me here, he's got Rook, and I have Trock and Geiger. So I don't mind either of these universes. And I think Trock has the tools to beat Geiger. It's not as bad a match. It's definitely not as bad a match as Rook versus Geiger, I feel like. Although, I don't know. I feel like I can make that match not as bad as I used to think it was. Yeah, a typical experience here is Geigers really like to go for cross-up normals. Blocking with the 7 is probably more effective, actually, because 5, 6, 7. But here we go. We guessed correctly. We don't get exploderated by that 6. Although he's only on 5 cards, so we're winning the early game right now. Yeah. Rook is really good in the Trot Geiger matchup. Okay, go for more blocks. So this is fine. In order to, we don't keep this block, obviously. But he's got to spend 2 cards to defeat our 1, which is totally fine. Means he stays at 5 cards in hand. I go up to 8. Got some nice pairs, but we don't have the attached blocks we need. Going to continue to block here. Okay, he does the same. We don't really have any cards to throw with. Holding onto the dodges is really good in this matchup. If you run out of face cards, or if you run out of jacks and queens, and you're low on ace-ace, it's the only thing that'll beat stuff like jack or queen in neutral. Okay. Yet more strategic combat losses here. Although at this point I am rapidly, well, 65 is still a fine health total, especially with the, I mean, it depends on the size of Geiger's hand, right? 65 is totally fine against a 5-card Geiger. He's not got much in the tank. I would continue blocking here if I was me. If I was making this decision now, I would definitely continue blocking. Spending the jack is very likely just to give him additional cards. Yeah. Okay, let's see if this pays off. See? If we had just stuck to the plan, you would have gotten rid of that gold burst. We'd be really sad. We'd have 2 attached blocks. We'd turn our 7s to aces. We'd get back in the match. But now he's got 20. Got that 20. Yeah, I could go for the knockdown here, but it's not going to probably pull anything of significant value. We can try to fish the aces out of his hand. Yeah, going for the throw here because I think it's likely he's going to want to block to get more cards because, you know, 20 damage is good, but yeah, it's not great. It's not. He's not in a position to finish the game. If he loses those double aces, it's going to be a problem for him. Okay, as we get the throw, we're going to leave it at that because, again, those 7s are going to be spent on, they may need to be spent on blocking, but very likely they're going to be spent getting powered up. I think the right play here is probably either block with the 7 to finally activate the potential for Beast Unleashed, or Gold Burst. Gold Burst gets us the aces. Oh man, feels bad. Feels bad. I don't like the face down here either. Yeah. I mean, I think it was worth a shot. It's unfortunate that it lost to a very slightly faster throw. Okay, so Temporal Distortion. He's got a 7-card hand. Yeah, so kind of options are if we think he's going to play one of the time spirals that isn't ace, like if he's going to play a jack or a queen, we can play the fast side of jack. If we think he's going to block or throw, we play king. Otherwise, we gold burst to hedge against all options. Yeah, he went for a big haymaker to try to close things out. I didn't actually have the correct rank of block to be able to defend against that, so tough position to be in. Here might be a good place to play that 10 to knock down, get a card, probably a very valuable card out of his hand, and then try to set up with either queen or king. Okay, yeah, goes for the block, trying to refuel. And low tier hero confirmed going for the Wampa strats on knockdown, playing his highest ranked card unless he top decked that 5 on a subsequent turn. Now he's on 9 cards, and the time for 10ing is past. The 10 is now only going to be there to get us out of scrapes. If we run out of aces, jacks, or blocks. Hey, we don't die. Even things up a little bit. Okay. Not a huge fan of that. Although, yeah, I mean, not a huge fan of that anymore because now we're out of blocks. Having no blocks in a situation where he's got Temporal Distortion up is fine because blocks just lose you the game anyway. But when we're back in neutral and Geiger ain't powered up, it's not a great look. Okay, get the throw. Probably take the knockdown setup here. No, okay, we want to get back in the game, get some life lead. It's kind of an expensive way to deal 7 damage, to be honest. The pure knockdown could have been fine. Can try to get something attached here. He's thrown twice in a row. 3 times the charm. Gets the throw off. Does not have Temporal Distortion. If I play throw 100% of the time. Yeah. I mean, that throw Queen Jack is good damage. 22. Brings me down to 34. He's got 2 known aces in hand. If he's got 2 more lurking around in there, he's got lethal in hand. That was worth the 30-something damage. Okay, so we have ace-ace as an option. Okay, so I'm very much hoping that he plays ace-ace. He does not. I look foolish. Geiger is in no rush to close out the game. He's not in any risk of losing here. There's nothing I can do that'll deal 43 damage. I don't have the second attached block. I don't know why I'd lead with the 4. Yeah. Okay, trying to hedge. We get 15. Things are getting closer. The 4th row, not... Yeah, 4th row is not the best thing to reveal there. Definitely king if you're throwing. Now we can block. Nice. Okay. We have activated Beast Unleashed. We're very unlikely to play it, but we have activated it. If we ever draw another dodge, we'll be in a good position here. Again, we are just slightly shy of losing to triple ace or to Geiger's super. I went for the risky play. I've got queen and jack to defend me against basically anything relevant. So I went for the shot of just winning right there. Playing the king, I mean, it's hard to tell, but I think probably playing the king doesn't indicate that he has the joker. Usually, if you have, usually playing a bunch of kings is a strong indication that you do, like into possible dodge into Beast Unleashed is a strong indicator that you have the joker. But I've played almost half of my dodges. I'm not super deep into my deck, so it's it's not a guarantee that he has it. Okay, so we don't have lethal off of throw. We don't have lethal off of anything except ace-ace, and we don't have ace-ace. So he can afford to continue to play risky so long as he doesn't lose to a high normal. So he can't lose to a 5, I think. 5, 6, 7 is 18. No, so he has to lose to a 6. So he can even safely play a 5. And that's going to cover anything that would lead to lethal. Yeah, I'm more likely to play queens here because there is a small chance that he leads double ace, or the 2.0 side of double ace. Okay, we catch him with the normal. We can't kill off of this, but we can set up for chip. Yeah, we can set up for chip if we dare play a slow side jack. I don't think it's actually necessary. Well, yeah, it sets up for queen lethal. It sets up for slow jack lethal. It also sets up for two turn chip lethal. If we hit him with if he blocks a queen and then blocks the fast side of jack, that will kill. Yeah, no, I was thinking it's possible I should have powered up the 3s and the kings there, but I don't think that's actually correct. And he gets me with the throw. I just didn't believe that he would go for it. I think the throw is... Oh, okay. Doesn't actually throw for lethal, though. Doesn't throw for lethal. So what does that tell me? He's got nothing but throws, low normals, and ace-ace in hand. So he's got the threat of ace-ace. So we can try to beat that by blocking. So we'll go for that. Yes. Okay, so 2 aces out of his hand. I believe there's a confirmed third ace. So it's possible that he's got 4. Yeah, so very likely that he's got 2 aces in hand right now. We're going to power up the 5s and the kings because we have the throw we need. Actually, with that move, I would probably not, because in order to have a throw after this, we would have to not block with the 3, and it's very likely we're going to need to block with the 3. So I think that's a slight error. Okay, luckily we draw another block. That is fine. So again, we have to beat with a queen or ace-ace his 2.2 speed ace-ace, and we have to block his 0.0 side of ace-ace. So I am hoping that he goes for the 0.0 side. Okay, he dodges. That is also fine. Dodge is a good hedge there. He has all the pressure because he has the fastest attack. I would probably block again in this circumstance. I mean, it's always going to be a 50-50 between him throwing and him playing one or another side of the ace-ace. Go for chip out lethal. That's kind of bold. Yeah, so I gamble on the fact that he would go for the 2.2 side and lose on the gamble. But pretty close game. Definitely winnable. So he is on match point. I ain't mad at that result. It's unfortunate, but I can't be mad at that. It came down to a 50-50. Okay, so I've got to beat his rook with Trock and Geiger. I'm going to stick with Geiger on this, or take first round with Geiger, I guess. It's not a it's not a matchup I'm particularly good at, as you will probably see, but let's see if I can learn something for the next game. Okay, so blocking with the 9 or attacking with the 5. What kind of rook do I think he is? Given the way he's played Venn and Geiger, I think I could probably have safely gotten away with blocking. That does turn out to be true, but it's not a guarantee. 9-card rook, turn 2, not great. I would probably put another 5 out there. Yeah, there's the king. 15 damage. Okay, we've drawn Temporal Distortion. I'm gonna go for a throw here because I figure he's afraid of getting, like, he's gonna go to a block mode. Nope. More throws. More thribbles. Yeah, it's weird playing against Rook. I always expect people to be more conservative with him because I always get blown up for playing aggressive, so it's something I gotta unlearn, I suppose. So I'm hoping the 5 catches a cross-up attempt that isn't a 4. 9-card hand is not particularly amazing in terms of going in. Yeah, goes for the jack instead. That's not too bad. I mean, it's going to punish me pretty hard. If he's got 7-8, I'm very sad. If he's got 10, okay, yeah, that's actually totally fine. Gets rid of a queen, which makes rock armor finishers less likely. But still, working on a perfect. Get hit with the other king. Yeah, just feels bad, man. Feels bad. 100 to 36. It ain't great. Powers up for aces, so he's got the pressure. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, 5 blocks because he's expecting king or double ace as a response to the immediate power up. And essentially, I feel fine blocking now because I'm so low anyway that if he wants to clean me up with throws, then, well, there it is. You know? So it's kind of like the bravery of not giving a shit anymore. So continuous 5 blocks. And we bait ace-ace. That's pretty good. Got that going for us. 33 hit points, though. We have 2 temporal distortions, but no jacks or queens so far. 11 card hand makes it pretty likely that we're going to go in with something. So I'm contemplating blocking again. Although at this point I've also blocked a ton, so he might just think it's okay to go for some throws. He's at 100 hit points, right? He can afford to lose some combats. So we really don't have much to follow this up unless we ace-ace, so we're going to ace-ace. Right? I don't like that use of the king. Honestly, I'd rather just go in with the aces. Okay, immediately powers up for 2 aces. He has spent a fair amount of special blocks. I think 2 5s at least, maybe a 3 as well. We have 2 kinds of normals. He spent 2 kings as well. So going for a cross up here. Yeah, 2 5s, 2 9s. He's got another king, so catches us with that. Should have gone for the 7, man. Yeah, at least we finally dealt some damage when he kinged us. Okay, 18 hit points. We lose to ace-ace. There we go. We get him. Put him back on 3 cards. Yeah, we haven't drawn any time spirals, so let's turn these into aces. Yeah, that is odd. Okay. There we go. So yeah, so the reasoning here is if I throw him, I can go ace, 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 ace for 42 and then 7 as well. He's got 4 cards in hand. It's very unlikely he has lethal off of anything. Going for a high normal is still pretty risky though. So I'm expecting, honestly, I'm expecting a special block, so it's really unfortunate that I've got the 7 as my only cross-up option. King me again, please. There we go. We get something better. Alright, not much damage, but we're going to go in with this anyway. Alright, we get the Wampa strats. Hollering. We don't have much on deck, so likely going to Joker here. Yeah. The unfortunate thing is he's very likely to, oh, I don't know. He's likely to throw. He's also likely to block. Okay, we defuse a jack. Get ourselves 2 aces. We've got lethal on deck. Temporal distortion. Yeah, if we power up the 10s, we also have lethal off of 0.0 speed. Yeah, we find a queen finally. So he has played 2 jacks so far. He's got no aces on deck. Yeah, 3rd jack. He could only kill with 7-8, so no real reason to face down there. Although that does, no, that's it. Wow, that's right. Yeah, 18 damage. Nicely played by Low Tier Hero. I ain't mad at that set. Came pretty close. Almost made the comeback in the late game there. Should have just played either ace-ace. Either side of ace-ace would have won me the game. But yeah, that's how it breaks sometimes. So I go into the lower bracket, and I will get you some more games just as soon as I can. So thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed the set. If you would like to get involved in the game in Yomi, there's actually a couple of online tournaments starting up right now. So if you follow links to either the Morningstar Sanctuary forums, go to the Yomi subforum, or you head to the Sterling Games forums. Some of them are cross-posted, some of them are not. There's the 19XX format tournament that I will be starting at the end of January, early February. And then there's a more conventional format tournament happening that's organized by Flagrant Angles. So check both of those out, and until next time, enjoy yourself some Yomi.